Alright, I got a Arkham Asylum figure here to review. And I know it's been a long time since I reviewed Harley. The reason for that is that I pre-ordered the entire wave on Big Bad Toy Store, and they still haven't gotten them in. So I finally just canceled that pre-order and decided to just run out to my comic store and pick these guys up. And the first of 3 Batman Arkham Asylum reviews that I'm going to do is Scarecrow here. Aside from the Joker, I would have to say Scarecrow is probably the best thing about that game. I don't really think anyone was anticipating Scarecrow being so memorable in that game. I'm a big fan of Scarecrow. He's probably my second favorite Batman villain. My first being Two-Face. And I was really happy with Scarecrow in that game. And, yeah. Anyways, let's start talking about the figure. First off, I have to talk about his face. The face is really, really awesome. The head sculpt is great. He looks just like he does in the game, and being able to see him in like a better 3D scale like this is just cool because you get to see really what he looks like. Whereas in the game you just kind of, whatever. But yeah, he looks really awesome, and it's probably one of the better interpretations of Scarecrow because he can be done very, very goofy. Or he can be done very scary. And I think this one's pretty scary. Pretty cool looking. There is a lot of work done in this figure. You can see, this stuff on here, really cool. Really, makes it look like it was just kind of put together really quickly. Really nice. Got some more stitches here on this side. Very nice. Around his neck here, he has a noose. This reminds me a lot of the new Batman Adventures version of Scarecrow, which is, I still think, one of the best versions of Scarecrow. And that version had a noose around his neck as well. And it's just a pretty cool little callback there. Instead of having a full costume, he's just got kind of almost like a sack just put over half of his body. It's pretty cool. That's probably the only thing I don't like about the figure is that he doesn't really have an entire costume because some of him is bare, as you can see there. But it also does kind of increase the creepiness factor. On his right arm, he has his little serum injector thing. Very nice. Probably one of the bigger things that catches your attention on this figure. It is very nice looking, looks like it does in the game. Very Freddy Krueger-ish. Like it a lot. He does have some detailing on this arm, not as great as the serum thing. He's got some belts and locks on it, probably some restraints or something that he broke out of. I don't know, just really adds to the figure. I like this. This is a little touch. He's got some rope around his waist, kind of acting as a belt. You can see some more of it here. Very nice. His back is completely bare. You can see that this is one skinny guy. I mean, you can see his bones. It's really weird. And again, it adds to the the effect of the figure and the character because he's a scarecrow and he looks just about as thin as a scarecrow. His legs are done in a very similar fashion to his arms. Got some more buckles, some more stitches, and then his feet are all wrapped up in bandages. Very nice, very, very cool. The figure does come with an accessory, and that is his little burlap bag of fear toxin that he was going to release into the water stream before he got all eaten up by Killer Croc in probably one of my favorite scenes in the game. But yeah, you got this, really cool looking. It fits really nicely into his hand, and I will probably always be displaying him like this just because he looks pretty cool, holding the bag of fear toxin with his awesome looking glove. Scarecrow has some pretty decent articulation, I have to say, for a DC Direct figure anyway. His head rotates all the way around. His arm can move up like that. That's about as far up as it can go. It can go back and go back to about there. His kind of other arm area can move all the way around. He's got a joint there which can move. It's a little hard to move, but it will move. His hand can his hand rotate? I feel like his hand can rotate. It looks like his hand can rotate, but for whatever reason it's not going for me. But same deal here, that can move like that. This one can move a tiny bit up. All that good stuff. Waist articulation, pretty good. Not a fan of waist articulation because more often than not it always like gets too loose or whatever. Leg articulation is fair. It cannot move from here, or maybe it can, I don't know. Looks like it can move just barely there, but not really. It moves a little bit like that. It's kind of stiff. No articulation there. He'll always be in this squatting position, which is just a tad bit annoying. His feet can move. This little area here can also move. So yeah, he's got, like I said, a fair amount of articulation for a DC Direct figure. Not the greatest amount, but it is, you know, it's decent. So overall, the Scarecrow is a really, really cool figure. He looks great. He's got some pretty good articulation, cool accessory. He is definitely one of the better figures I've seen from DC Direct. And that's saying a lot, because DC Direct has a lot of really cool figures. It's certainly not the best in the Batman Arkham Asylum Series 1. He's probably I don't want to say the worst, because he's not bad. He's the least good, if that, you know, makes sense. But, yeah, he's a really good figure. I would recommend picking him up for a Scarecrow fan. Even if you don't like Batman Arkham Asylum, and if you're a Scarecrow fan, I definitely recommend picking this up, because he's got a neat design. So, yeah, that's the end of this review here. Stay tuned for the Joker and Batman in the next couple days. And, yeah, thanks for watching.